welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna focus on meditation, okay? I wanted to share this journey with you guys because it's been so helpful to me. So in today's video, I'm gonna explain why it's so important to establish a meditation routine and the benefits of that for my life and what could possibly be for yours. So guys, I actually meditate to shut off my brain for a little bit. Our brains are always constantly working, so sometimes we need to give it a break. I have memories of my childhood, my mother meditating, sitting Indian style as a child, but I didn't start meditating until well into adulthood, maybe about like 10 years ago. I didn't start consistently meditating until March of 2020 during the pandemic when I participated in the 21-day abundance challenge. I meditated and completed exercise every day, and after that, it was really a part of my lifestyle. I cannot explain how important it is to establish a morning routine. It's how you set the scene for the rest of the day. What you speak life into is what transpires. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And if you wake up first thing in the morning and relinquish that control to others or social media, it could be unpredictable as to what you're opening yourself up to. Honoring your breath is also extremely important. Breath is the life force. I think it's so funny how so many people take this major act for granted. It's such a small thing to most people, but it's literally the one thing we can't live without. It's one thing that we trust we have enough of until we die, yet it takes us most of our lives to really believe that we have enough of anything else. So just really think about that, okay? So there can be many benefits of mindful meditation. It can improve your focus, your concentration, it increases your self-esteem and awareness ultimately. It can reduce stress, and the secretion of cortisol is a reason for that, okay? So ultimately it manages your anxiety and depression. You can use it to fight addiction, control pain, and really just enhance your mood. I actually meditate once every day, if not multiple times a day. I try to meditate really any chance that I get because it's so calming to me. And sometimes we just have to come back to ourselves and just be and just exist, because I feel like we at least deserve that, right? So a really basic way is to start by just grounding, cleansing, and protecting yourself. First, you want to connect with the earth. There's actually scientific proof of earthing benefits. So getting your shoes off, getting in the grass can really help you, okay? So first, I like to really find a quiet place, and I'll keep my eyes closed, and I will start by taking in a really deep breath, right? Focusing on filling my lungs all the way up and really just imagining white light entering the top of my crown and just cleansing my entire body. So just imagining that white light coming through and just pushing everything out, okay? I'll do that maybe about 1, 2, 3 breaths, whatever I really need, because sometimes it's a little more dark inside than what it is on other days. So sometimes I may just take a little more time to cleanse myself. I may be dealing with something that's really heavy at the time. You just never know. And that's why it's so good to do this in the morning as well, because you can get set and starting on the right foot for the day, okay? So as I imagine all these things leaving me, I imagine that darkness being pushed out and out through the bottom into the ground, and letting the ground really transmute all that negative energy, right? And as I'm doing that, you really want to just focus on the breath, right? Just be grateful for that breath, that life force that I spoke of earlier, that we just don't pay attention to, and we don't realize that if we stop breathing today, it's the one thing. Like, you can stop drinking water, you can stop eating, and you'll still have some time in there, but if you stop breathing, it's over. So really sit in and appreciate that breath. Imagine the breath entering your nose or mouth, traveling down your throat, down into your lungs, filling your lungs up, and then just imagining that breath coming right back out, okay? So after that, I really am kind of like cleared, I'm feeling clean, and now I'm open to receive any type of messaging that I might need, you know? A lot of the times, these thoughts will come to us And it's that time where I think for me, sometimes I even think about certain people. So in that meditation, if you pop up in my brain during a meditation, I feel the need to reach out, right? To check on you, to see like how you're doing, because I just feel like sometimes Spirit is just speaking to us when we just be quiet. When you're praying, you're saying the things that you want help with, you're speaking, you're talking in the Spirit, but when you're meditating, you're listening. You're listening for whatever those messages may be. You're listening for whatever those things that are inside that may be creeping back up into that brain of yours that you really need to pay attention to, okay? So once I receive the messaging that I need, at that point is when I really try to go into protecting myself, right? So typically, and through this whole thing, my eyes are typically closed. And when I get to that point, I really just like to imagine a white light kind of growing from inside of me and starting to grow and build and ultimately just encapsulating me, right? And when I imagine this, I always imagine that this circle stays completely full, right? And it's intact on the bottom and on the top, so that it's protecting me, and this white light is protecting me from anything that is, you know, to harm me, to hurt me. And I also, in that moment, imagine that white light protecting my home, protecting my family, and anything else that I am grateful and thankful for. And it really helps because a lot of times in that part of my meditation is whenever I run through like the main 10 things that I'm grateful for, right? So for me, it's always my family, the home that I'm in, everything in my life that I'm grateful for. In that moment, I'm expressing that gratitude. It's really important to imagine if you woke up the next day with only the things that you express gratitude for, right? And a lot of people do not think of that. So for me, I try to stay focused on the things that I'm grateful for so that I can attract more. If I'm not grateful for the things that I have now, I'll never receive more, right? I'm basically telling the universe that what I have now is just not enough, you know? And really and truly, we don't need a lot. We really don't. And meditation really helps you to realize that when you sit with yourself and you are grateful and thankful for just the breath, the movement that you may have in your arms and legs. And I even get that basic, right? So I'm thankful for my sight, for my ears, my nose, my mouth, that I can do all of these things and be able to have physical movement and physical activity and have even the ability to think and to have a sane mind, or even when you deal with tribulations, that you have the same mind enough to pull yourself out of those places. Because sometimes when people are in those places, they don't even have the mind capacity to pull themselves out. So those are the types of things that I really try to express gratitude for within my meditations, and starting my day off with that, because it's very hard to take me to a negative space after I've identified all the reasons why I should be happy and why I should be grateful. It's very hard to just get out of that mood, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's extremely important for me that I do my meditations in the morning. I do like to do my meditations at night, and if I'm honest with you guys, it's something that I'm actually trying to work into my routine. You know, I got the morning time down, but now I'm really trying to get that evening time every day. The reason for that is because after you go throughout the day and you experience different people and different energies and different situations, and you pull all of this and it's kind of like on you whenever you come home at night, sometimes you need to just release all of that, you know, before you even lay in that bed. I would say that I definitely do that like in my shower time, in my bath time, but I would really like to change it to where I'm performing it the same way that I do in the morning, you know, in front of my altar, maybe here. This place is really close to my home, so I love coming out here. I love being in nature. And like I spoke of earlier, grounding is just so important. And being in nature actually makes you feel a lot better because you're kind of connecting to yourself. We're all one. Like, just like we have our makeup, and the earth has its makeup as well of all its chemical properties and elements and all that stuff, and we're really just all connected. So once I imagine that white light over myself and my family and all the things that I hold near and dear to me, I usually close out by expressing that gratitude and saying out loud, thank you. You know, I may speak out some affirmations, you know, I'm powerful, I am grateful, I am empowered, I'm healthy, I'm blessed. All of these things that I want to speak over myself and also be grateful for in the moment. So I just know for a fact, you guys, once you do this consistently, and like I told you, I started out doing this every day for 21 days and it just became a part of my lifestyle. I literally could not go a day without meditating because I could tell the difference, okay? So if you want to try to get into it, I highly encourage you just to try that simple little sequence that I just told you. That's literally it. There's nothing more to it, and it could take you like less than 10 minutes to actually do this. And if you can't get outside and do it, it's fine. Another alternative, whenever I am grounding myself in the beginning of my meditation, is that I'll imagine roots growing up from the earth, and I could even be like upstairs in my house. It doesn't matter. Imagine those roots growing up through the earth, busting through that floor, right up into the base of your body, okay? So I usually imagine those roots growing right up and then just kind of like wrapping around me, and they just kind of like intertwine me so that way I feel grounded to the earth, right? Because we can't always get outside, weather doesn't always permit. So really your mind is so powerful that you can use it to imagine those things and still experience the same feelings, okay? So beauties, I really want to encourage you to take this time to yourself and practice some meditation. Make it into a ritual. Most of the times I'll be burning candles or herbs while I'm doing this meditation. And when you're in that space, just really be with yourself. Sit with yourself, face the darkest parts of yourself, and ultimately forgive yourself, okay? When you forgive yourself, you're able to move forward in such a more positive way. So if you guys found this video helpful at all, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on all of the upcoming videos. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comments and I will try to answer them as best as possible. But until next time, guys,